Memorial Day is more than a day off from work. It's a day to reflect on what others have sacrificed in order to make our country strong. And what better way to honor those who served than by showcasing the national pastime. Today, we are proud to present the orange and black, paying tribute to the red, white, and blue. It's Memorial Day baseball, and it's coming up next. Day baseball here at AT&T Park, and it's a beautiful day. It's Memorial Day as we get ready for Game 1 of this three-game series, Cubs and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Ruocco. Well, a nice homestand for the Giants. They're 3-0 after taking care of the Twins. Today's another day, however, and they're going to face a tough pitcher in Jeff Samardzija with Yusmeiro Petit on the mound for the Giants.
Well, and you would think it'd be all about the offense when you're talking about the Giants. They rank second in the National League in most home runs, and they're also a team that scores 46% of their runs after 2 outs. That's clutch, but they will get tested today. Jeff Samardzija, when it comes into this game with an ERA of 1.46, and in 62 innings, he's given up just 2 home runs. It'll be up to Yusmeiro Petit to keep the Giants in this one, and hopefully they can pull this out.
Hector Sanchez behind the dish, Buster Posey at first base. All right, when we come back, we'll have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Giants baseball. It is a gorgeous day, and I'm going to tell you about it. Game Time Weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 66 degrees here at the yard. Winds at 16 miles per hour. You see the humidity, and it is a sunny day. All right. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup that'll be facing Yasmero Petit. It'll be Bonifacio to lead it off, followed by Junior Lake. He's hot. Check his numbers for the last 12 games. It'll be Rizzo hitting third, then Castro, followed by Valbuena. Wellington Castillo will hit sixth, and it's Nate Scherholtz, Darwin Barney, and the pitcher, Samardzija.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the veteran right-hander, Yasmero Petit. That's what he has done. His fourth start. And his 14th game, he's 3-1 with a 4.76 ERA. For Petit, 33 strikeouts in 34 innings tells you he has good stuff, but he has to be able to locate. That is his key. It'll be a high 80s fastball with a curveball slider and a changeup. He has to mix location, he has to mix movement, and he has to be able to command it in the strike zone. Take a look at the defense for the Giants today, playing behind Yasmero Petit. In the outfield, it'll be Morse, Pagan, and Pence. Crawford and Sandoval will be on the left side of the infield. Hicks and Posey on the right side. And Hector Sanchez, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Just waiting on Petit. As Bonifacio steps in. And Petit, who pitches out of the stretch, he's going to throw, and there's a call strike. So we get started at 106. Bonifacio at 277. His numbers are down. He, at one point, was hitting in the 350s. But he's a good player as he slashes this one into center field, and that's going to fall. So Bonifacio opens up this game with a base hit, and that'll bring up Junior Lake.
And Bonifacio is a base stealer. You have to pay close attention to him, and he likes to go early in the count.
So Lake hitting 273, 6 home runs, 18 driven in. Cubs are coming off a 4-game series in San Diego, and each team won 2 games in that series. Here's Lake. Bonifacio doesn't waste any time. The throw, and they got him. What a throw by Hector Sanchez.
Well, what do you say we make that our forward right choice? The Giants know that Bonifacio likes to go early, and Hector Sanchez comes up with an absolute strike, and all Brandon Hicks had to do was catch the ball and drop the glove, and that is our forward right choice. One more look at perfection from the catching position. Bonifacio, grab some pine, meat.
It's 1 ball and no strikes to Junior Lake. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Got a nice pitch to throw off. I think it's always nice for a catcher to get a fastball off the right shoulder, because reaching across his body to catch it gets him cocked naturally to throw the runner out, and that's your quickest release, and that was lightning fast.
Lake on the ground, Sandoval on the backhand. He hangs in there with it, and he throws him out. And here's Rizzo. If you talk to the Cubs people, and in our case we talk obviously to the other broadcasters, what they'll tell you about the Cubs is, yeah, their record is 18-30, but they hang around in every game, and they will compete. Here's Rizzo. He's the one hitter in this lineup that's got outstanding power.
Now, this is a different Cubs team. I mean, you look at their record at 18-30, and you think this is going to be an easy series. Think again. They're playing good ball right now, and Rizzo is one of the reasons why. This guy is really figuring it out quickly at the big league level, and they think that he is going to be the mainstay of their lineup for a long time. True power, all fields.
2 balls and no strikes. This is Mark Wegner calling balls and strikes.
And he can be tight. I think he's an umpire that prefers a high strike. Don't see that a whole lot. But what he sets early, usually it stays that way. It's a consistent zone.
And another strike. You saw the rest of the umpires. Fletcher, Siegel, and Molinsky. 2-2. Cubs 8-17 on the road. No overshift, but Hicks in shallow right field. And that's a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And that'll end the inning. Rizzo said, I touched it. Pagan, Pence, and Posey coming up. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup that'll face Jeff Samardzija. It'll be Pagan and then Hunter Pence, who's swinging the bat right now, and he's got decent numbers against Samardzija. Followed by Posey, Sandoval, and Morris. Hector Sanchez in the 6th slot. Then it's Crawford, Hicks, and Petit.
On the hill today for the Cubs will be Jeff Samardzija, their ace. Big guy, 6'5", 225-pounder. He's in his 5th year at the big league level, 29 years of age. You take a look at his numbers, they're a bit bizarre. 10 starts, no wins, but he leads the league in ERA at 1.46. And when you take your batting issue, you're going to see some high velocity sink. It's a mid-90s and sometimes high 90s sink or velocity, and he will occasionally four-seam it, but for the most part, you're going to get a lot of sink. You'll see a lot of ground balls. He will throw a cutter. He's got a curveball. He's got a pretty good slider and a good split. 3 ways to strike you out. Samardzija really is the guy that gets the least amount of run support in the league. And his 1.46 ERA is the lowest ERA without a win the first 10 starts in Major League history. They just can't get him a win.
So here's Pagan, who takes high and wide, 1 ball and no strikes, hitting at .316. 3 home runs, 15 driven in. With Hunter Pence and then Buster Posey. And Pagan wraps this ball, and it's grabbed at first by Rizzo, and Samardzija dropped it. So a terrific play by Rizzo. Pagan and Samardzija got to the bag at the same time.
And you would figure that a guy who was a wide receiver and an All-American at Notre Dame in football would have pretty good hands. And he just took his eye off the ball. It's as simple as that. Trying to find the bag, he took his eye out the ball, hit him low in the glove, and he cannot hang on. So the Giants catch a break. And this is our Toyota Exmo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. They'd have had him by a half step. And it's going to be an error. And I would imagine it's on Samardzija.
Yep, here's Pence. And Pence looks at a strike. Pence at .294, 6 home runs, 18 driven in. We'll see if Pagan has thoughts of going like Bonifacio did. Pence, slow roller. And the play will be at first as Castro throws out Pence.
Let's take a look at the Cubs defense playing behind Jeff Samardzija, starting in the Cubs outfield from left to right. It'll be Lake, Bonifacio, and Sherholtz. Good arms on the corners in the outfield. Castro and Valbuena on the left side of the infield. Barney and Rizzo on the right side. And Wellington Castillo will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Buster Posey. And Buster Posey fouls this one out of play. See, 4 for his last 35. Buster is 1 for 12 in the Minnesota series. And he takes this pitch in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch right there. Looked like Castillo took that one out of the strike zone the way he received it. And you're going to see a catcher challenge when you have a guy with as much velocity and movement as Samardzija has. He is not an easy guy to catch. And if you catch a 96-mile-an-hour sinker wrong, it will light you up.
1-2.
That's a better swing from Posey. Posey has been slumping, and he really has been out of whack. His lower body not in sync with his upper body, but that last swing had pretty good balance.
Oh for 2 lifetime against Samardzija. And he got him.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game, and Petit's command always an issue. If he's hitting his spots on the corners, he's going to be tough. That's one of our keys. The other one is make Samardzija elevate. He's a guy with lots of movement. When he gets down around the knees, it gets heavy, it sinks up around the belt. That's when you can hit him, and that'll be the goal for the Giants hitters today, and those are our Nissan keys to the game.
So here's Sandoval. Sandoval 4 for 11 in the Minnesota series with 2 home runs. And he comes up empty. He's 1 for 4 lifetime against Samardzija. No balls and 1 strike.
Now Sandoval stepping out of the batter's box thinking, I gotta crank it up. Samardzija just threw one right by him at 96. You're looking at some of the best pure stuff in the National League right here with Jeff Samardzija.
Fouled out of play.
And baseball is a game of superstition. Those are the boots that got him out of his funk, and he makes sure he puts them on every day, does a little bit of the panda dance, and then straps on his spikes and go. And if they would let him play in the boots, he would.
He probably would. Right now behind in the count 0-2. And it's in tight 1-2. Sandoval jumping back, and then his momentum carries him over home plate. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls this one back. Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
All right, let's take a look at the effort. I got this one. I got it. And he bumps his hands with a glove.
I'm blaming the guy right there.
This guy?
The guy with the glove.
Absolutely. That's who they were booing.
Yeah. 1-2. Very high 2-2.
That was just grip and rip right there. And when he grips and rips, I mean, he's got something to come at you with.
Three and two.
Ooh, tried to cut a fastball on the outside corner, and he just found out how tight Wegner's strike zone is. And a lot of umpires will say that looks pretty good to me. That did not miss by much. Just changed the movement of the fastball, and it froze Sandoval.
Three and two. And that's driven down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. It's off of the number 2 archway. Sandoval will put on the brakes. 1-0 Giants.
And Samardzija came off the mound, and he was barking hard at Mark Wegner. He thought he had Sandoval struck out, and Sandoval gets a second life and beats him. The only time in the at-bat that he got on the middle end part of the plate, you see the target outside, and Sandoval makes him pay for the location mistake. And as soon as that ball left the bat, Samardzija started walking off the mound towards Wegner, and he was barking.
Here's Michael Morris. Morris hits a high foul down the right field line and out of play.
See the outside location. This is a pitch that prior to his base hit, Samardzija thought he had strike 3 with. He did not get it. And I think he threw the next pitch with anger, and it cost him. Can't do that.
Tap foul at the plate. It's 0-2. Sandoval with his 20th run batted in. So the error ends up hurting Samardzija, as he had Pagan out at first, but he dropped the throw from Rizzo. And a breaking ball.
Time now for our Togo's big play the Togo's way. And Michael Morris yesterday a 3 for 3 day, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs, scored a run, first career game with 3 doubles. And this one here cleaned the bags and made a 4-1 game a 7-1 game. And he adds another one later on. So our Togo's big play the Togo's way.
On the ground to Castro, and Castro underhand it to Barney, and that'll end the inning. So the Giants pick up a run on an error and a hit. After 1-0 Giants.
Giants and several other teams in Major League Baseball are wearing military-inspired jerseys, and you can own one of these MLB authenticated Memorial Day game-used jerseys. The auction is live and underway. sfgiants.com/Memorial Day jerseys to submit your bid. Again, that's sfgiants.com/Memorial Day jerseys. Guys, they're pretty awesome. What do you think?
Yep, they look good. I'm in.
I'm in.
Here's Castro. Castro takes a strike. He's having a better year. 278, 7 home runs, 25 driven in.
Likes day baseball. Hit 337 at day baseball. Well,
playing for the right team, right?
Yeah. They still play a lot of day games in Chicago. Giants love day baseball.
Perfect pitch, 0-2.
Giants in day games this season 14-4. How do you explain that?
Yeah, it seems like they've played. Oh, so what is it? 18? They played 25. Down low, a good 0-2 pitch, 1-2. Valbuena on deck, and then Castro.
Giants have scored 5.32 runs. That's the second most scored in day games in the major leagues. And there you see the 14-4 record. They like it with the sunshine.
Got him.
Now, before today's ball game, is the Giants honored the military on Memorial Day.
The ladies of the military.
The ladies of the military came out to every position. And I got to tell you, they look sharp.
Made a selfie here.
Good looking unis.
Yep. This is Valbuena, a left-handed hitter. And he's going to take a pitch wide. Valbuena, 261, 3 home runs, 11 driven in. And that's a pretty close pitch, 2-0.
That's kind of where that fastball was that didn't get called a strike on Pablo Sandoval. With Wegner, you're not going to get big corners. He makes you come into that strike zone. But the thing about Wegner is that you will get low calls below the knees. You will get calls above the belt. It's kind of a rule book strike zone.
There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield straightaway, off the line at third is Sandoval. And this is hit down the left field line. Morris moving over. Look out. And he's going to make the catch and bump up against that sidewall. And Morris was actually shading Valbuena in that area. And consequently, he got there and made a nice play.
I didn't think he had a chance.
I neither.
Just a slicing fly ball, and Morris had to go a long way into a high backhander. A guy 6'5", he's got plenty of reach, and he used every bit of it here. Nice pick.
So here's Castillo, the catcher, Wellington Castillo. And he looks at a strike. I'll tell you what, Petit will pound that strike zone on the first pitch.
Well, I mean, he has to, and that really is your best shot to get a fat part of the strike zone strike.
Hit down the right field line, and it's going to be foul. The Cubs fan got it.
Yeah, they got some talent. All right, time now for our cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. The National League Team ERA leaders in the month of May. Well, that would be your San Francisco Giants. Staff at 2.83. See the Cubs in fifth with a 3.35 ERA. May of 2013, way higher.
Ouch. In tight, 1-2. Hey, those 2 games alone in Toronto knocked that ERA up.
Don't even remind me of Toronto.
We were so looking forward to going to Toronto. Baseball in Canada, we missed it. In tight, 2-2. And then when we left, it was like, we don't ever want to go back. Great city. And he got him. 3 strikeouts for Yasmero Petit. U-verse rewind yesterday. Madison Bumgarner in his win against the Twins. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 10 strikeouts. It was his 5th career game with 10 plus strikeouts and no walks, and his 15th career game with 10 plus strikeouts. How about that?
He was sweet yesterday. He really was. Had great command with that fastball. Utilized all his pitches beautifully, and really was dominant.
Here's Hector Sanchez. And Sanchez pops this one foul down the right field line. And that'll be well back into the seats. Great shot of this great crowd. Another sellout here today. Here's a birthday party.
All I want for my birthday is a splash hit. Okay. Perfect. Lots of good attitude out there.
Swing and a foul.
Take a look at the line for Madison Bumgarner, who, by the way, is rocking the hat. It looks better on him than anybody else. 3 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts. That's 5 times in his career he's had 10 or more strikeouts with no walks.
Yeah, and he didn't yell at anybody yesterday. Up and in, 1 and 2.
But he wanted to, though.
Hey, the Hornblowers. Well, it's making a turn.
It's not coming in.
Well, I think it got in as far as they allow it to come in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
With nobody on base, you look at Samardzija, he really throws a lot of everything. He'll split, he'll throw a cutter, he'll throw a slider. I mean, he stays away from the fastball. Once he gets in his stretch, it's power sinkers. Here they come.
Look out. So it remains 2-2. Got him.
Good hard breaking ball there.
So here's Crawford. Crawford hitting .252, 6 home runs, 23 runs batted in. Crawford 2 for 8 on this homestand. Does have 5 home runs this month.
Take a look at the ERA leaders, and there at the top of the hill is Samardzija at 1.46. No wins. Hard to believe in 10 starts, and hard to believe the Cubs are 1-9 in his 10 starts.
0-2. I think the Giants will see Wainwright on the next road trip this week.
Giants leave for St. Louis after Wednesday's day game.
It should be Bumgarner against Wainwright.
That'll be a good game.
Look out. 1-2.
94-mile-an-hour cut. You can see, well, we paused to identify a Gamer Babe.
On the move, Gamer Babe.
Yeah, she's got it going. There's my mom.
Uh-oh. Left Ruffles behind.
Don't do that.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's her best friend. I say that Samardzija in 63 innings has only given up 2 home runs, and you can see why. I mean, he's got high velocity and big time movement. He's got a nice cut, and he's got big sink and fade that runs away from righties, or from lefties into righties.
Shot right field, foul.
He stayed in that, inside that cut.
A lot of flags around the ballpark today. Memorial Day weekend.
Understandably, a lot of veterans here in attendance. On a day when we pause to give celebration and praise to those that have fallen.
Crawford out swinging.
That was a split, and that was about as dirty as you can throw a split.
So here's Hicks. Crawford going back, thinking I missed the base hit by a foot.
Well, I mean, that's great stuff, man. I mean, combination of a guy throwing 96 with sink, and then he comes at you with 86 with the same arm action. That's a rough assignment.
Hicks with a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah.
Buster Posey fans
Had to peek. Foul back as Hicks got a fastball. Oh, and 2. And a breaking ball down low. One of ours.
That's a mustache and a half.
1-2 pitch. Here it is to Hicks. And Hicks goes down swinging, and Samardzija strikes out the side. He's got 4. After 2, 1-0 Giants.
You by Provident Credit Union. Make life easy.
A 1-0 lead for the Giants as we head to inning number 3 as Nate Scherholtz will lead things off. Scherholtz, Barney, and Samardzija. Nate off to a slow start, 207. He's hitting lefties much better than righties.
Well, he has always seemed to do well against the Giants when he comes back to play, San Francisco.
Fouls this one back and out of play. Yeah, that's true. One-handed catch. No glove.
Commando. All right, let's take a look at it. We have talent in the stands. Oh, yeah. Up. Yeah.
Hey, that's my dad.
Yeah, don't wing it.
No balls in 1 strike. No balls in 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't know who's more psyched, the old man or the kid.
Oh,
Pretty happy couple of guys right there. That's a memory he'll never forget. Neither one of them will never forget.
outside and high, 1-2.
I had that happen to me. My dad caught a foul ball at the Coliseum when I was a kid, about the same age. I was missing a tooth, and I never forgot it.
Hit well into right center field. Pagan on the move, and it is gone. And this game is tied. So Scherholtz with his first home run of the year, and he does it against the Giants.
Let's take a look at the pitch. They set an outside target. It's right out over the plate, and Nate Scherholtz, always a middle of the way guy, looks to get extended, and he gets every bit of this one. It takes on the deep part of the yard, and that's his first round tripper.
Yeah, and a couple of things. One, he hit that ball good, but it's carrying today too.
It really is.
Here's Castro, takes a strike. Darwin Barney. I believe I said Castro. Barney hitting 181, 2 home runs, 8 driven in. Lifts this one out to Morris. 1 out.
Now you hit your first home run and halfway in the main, guess what you get? Even a veteran will get the silent treatment. They got him.
Here's Samardzija. Samardzija pops it out of play. He's 3 for 22. He lifts one to left. Morris coming in. 2 down.
Well, the official Giants mobile app at the ballpark is now available to download for free. One of the innovative features of the app is the in-seat upgrade. Up to 3 hours before the game, you can select new seats using an interactive ballpark map. Digital tickets are then sent to your mobile device to move you into your upgraded seat. All done through the At the Ballpark app. To learn more about the Ballpark app, go to sfgiants.com/ballpark app. Or you can always text 31826 to download At the Ballpark right now.
Here's Bonifacio, who opened up the game with a base hit and then was thrown out trying to steal. Popped up, Crawford. Shading his eyes, and that'll end the inning. A run on the home run by Sherholtz. Petit, Pagan, and Pence coming up.
News to report for Hunter Pence, who tweeted out last night that his scooter, his beloved scooter, was stolen at a restaurant that he was eating last night in San Francisco. He is putting out a reward. This is no joke. He will give out a signed scooter Hunter Pence bobblehead to whoever returns it. Dwayne and Mike, he said he's not mad. He just wants his scooter back. He said it's one of his favorite things. So let's rally, San Francisco. Find the scooter.
Yeah,
Dwayne?
Yeah. I'll bet we get enough of our Giants fans. What we need is a picture of it. Put it out on the air. Somebody will find it.
Yeah.
So that's what we need Amy to do. Is Amy needs to get a picture of that scooter, and we'll Put it on the air, and somebody will spot it in the city.
Hunter Pence, I mean, it was like he lost a friend.
Oh. On a play, it stays at 1-2. Pagan on deck, and then Pence. So Petit getting some pitches out of Samardzija.
Well, if you're not a great hitter, if you can get 5 pitches out of the opposing pitcher, it's a good at bat. That last pitch for Samardzija, number 45.
Got him.
I beg your pardon. That was number 41. 45 is what he should be at the end of this inning. So his pitch count a little bit high. Had a lot of throws in the first inning. But that's 4 strikeouts in a row now for Samardzija. So he sort of dominated the bottom half of the Giants lineup. She's an Angel Pagan fan, and you can just tell.
Pagan reached on an error and eventually scored.
So the Giants now have seen Samardzija. This starts the second time through the lineup, and you'll start to see what type of adjustments they make. With the movement that Samardzija throws to a lefty, with the movement running away from a left-handed hitter, expect Pagan to go to left field.
One ball and 1 strike, and the high fastball.
That's the pitch that will move away from Pagan. That's the one pitch and movement that he's really been steady with going to left field. It's been a real strength of his this year as a hitter. Throws a breaking ball. That'll be the pitch that he pulls.
Into center field, now racing in is Bonifacio, and he puts it away. Almost then overran it. 2 outs.
And that was the breaking ball, and he didn't pull it.
Time to log on to csnbarrier.com and decide the player of the game. Your vote counts. The winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. You can follow the action on the diamond with enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbarrier.com. You can log on right now and vote. Here's Pence. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Pence rolled out to the shortstop Castro in the first inning. Now lifetime 3 for 9 with a double. And the 1-1 to Pence. And Pence wraps it on the ground towards the hole. It's Valbuena cutting it off, and the throw is just in time, and that'll end the inning. Strikeout, fly ball, ground ball. Head to the 4th. Junior Lake will lead it off. A tie game. an orange and black necktie plus tickets to 2 Giants games. It's the Giants Father's Day gift pack starting at $39. It includes tickets to the ball game on the 15th and on July 12th. And the 12th is a 25th anniversary tribute to Dave Dravecky. So 2 great games plus a necktie. sfgiants.com/mini-packs. 1-1 ball game. Is that a proposal on the scoreboard?
Yeah, it's in the Giants dugout.
Really? How'd that happen?
I don't know.
I wonder what that costs.
Just have to be a friend, aimer the gamer. That could happen.
It's right in Amy's area. You're right. Here's Junior Lake. Lake hits one to center field. Pagan now drifting, and in front of the wall. He makes the catch.
Wow. We talked about this ballpark being live today. We are not exaggerating. This is as small as this ballpark will play. Wind blowing out, and the wind really affected that fly ball off the bat of Junior Lake.
So here's Rizzo, who struck out in the first inning. He actually thought he fouled the ball. And he looks at a strike. Giants are 17-8 at home and reverse that record, and that's what the Cubs are on the road. Swing and a miss. Now they can two.
Good curveball. Petit's got 2 types of breaking balls: a slider and that curve. And depending on which one's working the best is the one he'll ride. He'll identify what's good that day, stay with it.
And Rizzo poked at that. And if he'd have hit that, he'd have hit it down the third base line where there's nobody. No overshift, but close.
There you see Sandoval at shortstop, and there's Crawford. So playing Rizzo to pull.
It is outside the ballpark.
He's got his scooter, got his helmet. Not happy about something.
All right. Another Cubs fan making a play.
A lot of Cubs fans here today. See a lot of Cubs blue. You can wear Cubs blue here. Just don't wear Dodger blue.
Yeah. And Rizzo is gone, swinging for the second time.
4 strikeouts now for Petit. All 4 have been swing and miss strike threes. It looked like he took just a little bit off. Just nailed it on the outside corner. Took the lower body completely away from Rizzo. He was just trying to poke to stay alive. That's a perfect pitch. Once you get a hitter to do that, you've made a great pitch.
Here's Castro, who struck out in the second.
Petit pitching today for Matt Cain, who missed a start because of a hamstring injury. You can see the curveball with 2 strikes, using it more. Last year at 22%, this year 35% of the time he's throwing that curveball.
That time Castro waited on it, but he fouled it down the right field line. Fan brought his glove, and he kicked out of his glove like he had springs in the pocket.
Yep. Thank you.
1 ball and 1 strike. Way outside, 2-1. Cubs have played 8 games against the National League West, and they're 4-4. Giants are 1-2 against the National League Central. Remember the 3 games in Pittsburgh where they lost 2 of 3. Hit high out to right field for Hunter Pence. And this is going to end the inning. So a nice inning for Yasmerdo Petit. We got the beef coming up. Posey, Sandoval, Morse.
Presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
All right, Saturday, July 7th, it's Heroes and Comics Night, your special event package. It's going to include the Collector's Edition Courageous. You get a Ketchum bobblehead and all kinds of goodies, plus tickets, as Posey's going to take a strike. Make sure you come out early. Stan Lee is going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Call 415-972-2298 or visit sfgiants.com/special events. One ball and one strike. Buster Posey struck out swinging in the first.
That last pitch was a 93-mile-an-hour cutter, and it did not miss by much on that outside corner.
And there's a line drive into right center field. That's a base hit.
And that's his ticket to get well. Staying inside the ball, thinking single over the second baseman's head, the right center field gap. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Slow the lower body down. And we said that he had some really good swings in his first at bat when he struck out. And here's another good swing, and here's the reward. Inside out, let the sink come back to you. Let the ball get deep, let it travel, and throw that thing out. That's the first stroke of putting together a swing to get well. A swing to build on.
Here's Sandoval, who takes down low, and they're going to say that he went around.
Sandoval at 238 now. And he was 268 about 2 weeks ago.
Posey at first. Rizzo holding him tight. And that's way outside. It's one ball and one strike. The beauty of Sandoval when he's hot is it doesn't matter how you pitch him.
It does not. He has no weakness, no speed, no movement problems. Just he gets onto everything and uses the whole field. You see where they play in the outfield straight away. Cubs are playing Sandoval in the outfield the same way the Twins played him. And you really can't overload a side of the field. He really does go line to line when he's hot.
Here's the 2-1. Swinging a foul back, 2-2. All right, let's check in with Amy. Amy?
Well, gentlemen, just to extend on what you were saying about Buster Posey at the plate before the game, I asked Bruce Bochy what he was seeing from his vantage point about Buster scuffling a little bit, and he said his stance has been kind of low, and they were working on getting him to stand taller at the plate. He also said, it's Buster Posey. He will get out of it, guys.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. 2-2. He hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here. He's hot.
A 1-2 count. Samardzij's thinking back foot slider. He throws it down and in, and Sandoval golfs it over the wall. That's hot, and that's the 60 home runs this season the Giants have. Puts them amongst the leaders in that category. They hit their 60th home run last year till almost all-star break.
Here's Morris. What did we say the beauty of Sandoval is when he's hot?
Look at today, he's got his Batman superhero on. He will light up a clubhouse.
Yes.
When he's hot, I'm telling you, he's neon.
All the years we've been hanging around ball players. Here's the pitch.
I mean, down right below the strike zone, down and in. And as soon as he hits it, he knew it. It had the feel, it had the sound. It was just going to be a matter of how far it went over.
Swinging a dribbler foul. I was about to say, all the ball players we've known and hung around with and seen as broadcasters, you know what happens. Eventually there's going to be a dugout full of cowboy boots.
Oh, yeah.
They're all going to use them.
We're going to have cowboy boot night. Are you kidding me? I can see where this is going.
2-2 on the call strike.
And then he gets back to the dugout after a home run. It's a party.
Yeah. Did he get everybody?
And I think he high-fived the boots.
In tight, 3-2.
He is fun to play with. And there's the boots.
Unbelievable. There's always something, isn't it?
I love this game, though. I mean, I don't think there's a game where there's more superstition in it than baseball. And it's simply because baseball is played every day. And if you have a good day and you've been slumping, you're going to try and do the exact same thing the next day. And if you have a couple more hits, guess what? Now you've got a routine, and it's all built around superstition.
Morris chases a pitch out of the strike zone on a 3-2 pitch, so he's unhappy.
That's strikeout number 6 for Samardzij. All of them swing and miss strike threes.
Hector Sanchez struck out. Actually, the next 4 hitters struck out in their only at bats against Samardzij. And this is hit into center field, but it's right at Bonifacio, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Crawford.
Talk about dropping the head of the bat on the down and inside pitch. It's great. Hitters get back
into the dugout if they hit a home run, and they will oblige you. You say, "What'd you hit? How'd you hit it?" They'll go through the whole thing. They'll do it 20 times. Not a problem.
Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Hicks to follow. Meadow Petit will take the mound in the 5th with the lead. One and 1 to Brandon Crawford. Good pitch. 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a real quick little slider, and he's also got a cutter that he can amp up to around 92, 93 miles per hour. That's got a little movement that it's about 3 or 4 inches of slide that runs flat into a lefty. And he really has changed as he's growing in this game. Samardzija has come up with a split finger fastball he can throw, a cutter, 2 types of fastball, 2 types of breaking ball. He's the real deal. No surprise why his ERA is as low as it is.
In the dirt, so it goes to 3 and 2.
Sandoval still telling everybody how he did it. I think Machi's tired of it, though.
Yeah, Machi's heard this before, probably in winter ball about 20 times. Crawford rips one foul. So you don't think Machi can do it?
They just keep moving on down the bench.
Yeah.
If you get into a long inning, you might find him halfway down the left field foul line in the first row in the stands telling people about it.
And the 3-2 pitch to Crawford, and he got him to end the inning. 7 strikeouts for Samardzija. The one that hurt this inning, though, was Pablo Sandoval. Down and in. Gone. Bye-bye, baby. 3-1 Giants.
Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
It's a 3-1 lead for the Giants. It's a happy place right now. We saw this, and what a perfect sign.
That is his new name, 100%. And she got it figured out.
Oh,
well done.
man.
And we will be using that the rest of the year.
That's got to be on a T-shirt somewhere, doesn't it?
There he is. 100%.
Well, Boyna's going to lead things off. Petit looking for a shutdown inning. And a called strike with Valbuena running up in the box.
I think he was going to take all the way. I think that 100% sign was right there by the Roseville Gamer Babes. Large group of Gamer Babes that came to the park today.
Strike to Valbuena, who hit a fly ball down the left field line that Morris ran a long way for it, and he caught it in foul territory.
There's the guy that caught the ball.
And a base hit up the middle on a pitch out over the plate, and it came on an 0-2 count.
Went right back to the same location he got the second strike with, and Valbuena covered it up. Right there on the corner. But guys make two strike adjustments. They shorten their swing. They think back up the middle. And Valbuena puts himself on to lead things off here for the Cubs in the fifth.
Here's Castillo. Swing and a miss. Castillo trying to tie this game up. He struck out in the second. Only two of these Cubs hitters had ever faced Petit ever in the big leagues, and that was Bonifacio and Nate Sherholt.
There's the Roseville Gamer Babes.
They are.
Strong.
Hicks can't get it. It's a solid single up the middle, and Pagan did a good job of keeping Valbuena at second. So all of a sudden, a couple of well-struck balls, and here comes Nate Sherholtz. Sherholtz did this in the third.
Home run number one, and it was no cheapie. Yeah, he can pull it off.
Pretty good looking lid. Kind enough to take it off so the person behind him can see. And the pitch to Sherholtz is a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, kind enough to take it off so the 20 people behind him can see.
Crawford and Hicks at double play depth. And that pitch is high. It's a ball and a strike.
Andre Dawson fan. The Hawk.
Foul back, and that got Sanchez.
And that rocked him.
Here comes Dave Greshner to check him out.
We always talk about what it's like to get hit in the head with a mask. It's just like getting punched. The only difference is when you're getting punched, for the most part, unless you're getting sucker punched, you have a chance to brace yourself. But when you're relaxed and you're just concentrating on trying to catch the ball, when you get hit in the mask, it really rocks you and it hurts your neck. The next day you wake up and your neck is sore. I mean, that put him back on his heels. A direct hit. And Mark Wagner, the plate umpire, had to catch him. And he's trying to shake the cobwebs right now. I do know this. Hector Sanchez can take a punch. He just took one.
Well, everybody, we say it all the time, we're really sensitive around here because of what happened to Mike Matheny. Where we watched Mike Matheny play his last game, and he had no idea that that was going to happen.
Well, Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
Joe Mauer can no longer catch because of getting hit just like this and having concussions.
So it's 1-2 to Sherholtz. Good shot of how the defense is set up. Is Sherholtz waits on this 1-2 pitch. And he bounces it to Hicks. Hicks to Crawford. Crawford to Posey. And with the speed of Sherholtz, they'll get one. Somebody else running maybe, but not Sherholtz. He just runs too well. Here's Darwin Barney. Valbuena now at third. At first is Nate Sherholtz being held on by Buster Posey. And a quick toss, and Sherholtz gets back easily. Barney hit a fly ball to the left in the third. Pretty good speed at third in Valbuena. And a called strike, and I'm not sure what Barney was trying to do.
Well, with a pitcher on deck, you ask a good question. In this situation here, where you're trying to hit a fly ball deep enough to score that run from third, that's what you're trying to do. Now, Barney's got good speed. He's not an easy guy to double up. The last thing you should be doing is trying to bunt to set it up for a pitcher. That's one of those things that I'm sure Barney was thinking on his own. That was definitely not a signal.
Oh, 0-1. Curveball hit out to left field. Morris is drifting back. He will make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Valbuena. So it's now 3-2.
That's what he should have been thinking about. That wound up being a nice at bat from Darwin Barney. But I do believe Rick Renteria, the skipper for the Cubs, at some point is going to ask him about that bunt.
Here's Samardzija.
I mean, even if he says I was going to take a pitch, I mean, that's not a good answer when you're trying to get one pitch high enough in the strike zone to hit that fly ball.
With the pitcher on deck.
Yeah.
It's low to Samardzija, who popped out to left field in the third. He had a good swing. Two and 0.
Samardzija did have a good swing. He's definitely a threat, and he could hit the long ball.
Hits this one to right. Pence is going to watch this one sail over his head. And the throw is going to be late, and Samardzija knocks in the tying run. As Nate Sherholtz scores. Go figure.
Well, he had to come into him. He's behind the count. He works the outside corner, and Samardzija, who's 6'5", no problem covering the outside part of the plate, but a really nice opposite field approach. And Pitts, who'd been playing a little bit shallow, could not get back in time. So with 2 outs, an easy score for Sherholtz. And now, Cubs got something going, because here comes the top of the lineup. And remember, Samardzija can run. He's an All-American wide receiver at Notre Dame, so he has got some credentials.
Here's Bonifacio, and he lines this one down the right field line. Samardzija is going to score. Bonifacio is headed for 3. Hicks's throw is going to be late. And Bruce Bochy is going to come out.
Well, the Giants think they have him. Mark Gardner was walking up the other side of the dugout, had a pretty good look at it, and he looked over to Bochy and signified out. So I'm sure this will get reviewed. You don't see Sandoval argue too much. He got him. Now that's from that angle.
Well, if they got him by about 2 inches.
That was a lot closer from that angle. This might be a better look. Oh, I don't know now. Now you see all 3 of the looks. I don't know if they're going to turn that one around.
I don't think you can challenge that.
Yep, and Ron Woda says, forget it, ain't worth it.
Well, Huff is now in the bullpen. As Dave Righetti is going to go out. The hitter is Junior Lake. Giants had the lead, but not for very long.
And the big backbreaker in this inning was the double off the bat of Samardzija.
No cheapies in this inning. They've all been hit well. Here's Junior Lake. He's 0 for 2. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Petit is due to hit in the bottom of this inning. And they're going to say Lake went around. Nice block by Hector Sanchez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Six hits now for the Cubs. 3 in this inning. A single, a double, and a triple. Good pitch on the outside corner. It's 1-2.
I think too the Cubs have done a good job in today against Petit. They're swung the bat well with 2 strikes. Rick Renteria, skipper for the Cubs. Good baseball man.
Two and 2.
You can see Petit wanted that one.
Well, if Wagner's not going to give it to Samardzija, he's certainly not going to give it to Petit.
No. Just a little bit outside.
And now it's 3-2.
Now, if he doesn't get Lake out, he's out of this game. Guys are not going to let Petit, who's starting to show some signs of fatigue, face the left-handed hitting Rizzo on deck. Better ERA as a reliever.
Got him. Bumped up at 90. A 3 spot for the Cubs. They take the lead. Hicks is going to lead things off. Jake Arrieta against Tim Hudson, and you can join us right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Pregame live at 6:30, and then we'll have the game for you a little after 7. 10th start for Hudson, 5th start for Arrieta. Hicks on the ground into the hole. Castro sets, throws, got him. Nice play.
That is the big leagues. I don't think there's another play in the infield that really stands out and defines what the big leagues is all about than this one. And Castro goes deep in the hole and really doesn't get a chance to really take a long stride after he gets set. And it's abbreviated to get rid of the ball quickly. And in the end, it's not even close. What a beautiful play.
So David Huff, who will pitch the 6th, is going to hit here in the 5th. Huff hits with the starting pitchers at home before the game during batting practice.
He's a pretty good hitter.
And he takes a first pitch strike. Pagan on deck. Oh, and 2. And he got him. 8 strikeouts now for Samardzija. And here's Pagan. So Pagan will try to get on for Pence. Pagan is 0 for 2. He did reach on an error and scored in the first inning.
That last pitch for Samardzija, number 75. Talking about the 8 strikes he's had. The most he's ever had in the big leagues was 13. He did that against the Braves last year.
Driven into Triple's alley. Sherholtz has got a beat on it, and he's going to track it down, and that'll end the inning. He's done that before in this park. Through 5, 4-3 Cubs.
Samardzija almost wasn't a baseball player at all because he almost went to the NFL. Mike Krukow mentioned earlier in the game he was a wide receiver for Notre Dame. It's our McDonald's True Stories this afternoon, November 26, 2005. You're looking at a game between Notre Dame and Stanford. Notre Dame ranked in the top 10. And Samardzija was awesome that day. 8 catches for 191 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. He was really good. And guys, I talked with PR of the Cubs who said that he really had a hard time making the decision, but he was from Chicago, so the Cubs drafting him made it pretty easy.
Well, he looked pretty good in that Stanford game. Here's Huff to face Rizzo, and there's a strike. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
See the numbers for David Huff. 1-0 with a 3.52 ERA. 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball he will sink and cut. Curveball, slider, changeup. And we've seen his velocity between 90 and 93.
And this is shot past Hicks and a base hit on an 0-2 pitch.
Again, another nice 2-strike approach by the Cubs. And Rizzo, I mean, we saw it earlier, just a no-stride swing trying to stay alive in his last at bat when he struck out against Petit. And watch the lower body. I mean, it's very calm. Now he's fooled by the speed, and he just lets his hands sort of defend. It's a nice 2-strike approach, and for a guy who has power, you don't normally see guys make concessions like that in their swing. They can hit home runs. It was a nice 2-strike at bat.
Castro struck out and popped out against Petit. And a call strike, and it's 0-1.
This little change up. The guy who's hit more ground ball double plays than anybody on this team is in the batter's box right now. Castro's hit into 8 double plays, and that leads the Cubs.
Mighty cut and a foul straight back. It's 0-2. Rizzo does have a steal, but not likely to go. And this is hit to third. Sandoval will charge. He will take the out at first. And on the play, Rizzo now at second.
Yep, Ghirardelli, always a great place to hang out, especially on a bright sunny day like today. And that's something you learn at a very young age, and you never forget.
I know you didn't.
No.
Well, Buena is 1 for 2. He lifts this one out to Morris, and Morris will put it away. And that'll bring up Castro.
Michael Morris absolutely positioned perfectly to defend against that line drive.
Castro a base hit in the 5th. And here he takes just inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Pass Sandoval into left field, a base hit. That's going to knock in Rizzo, and it's now 5-3. So Huff was an out away from getting out of the inning, and now the Cubs with a 2-run lead. And the hitter will be Nate Scherholz. And Scherholz pops it foul, and it's 0-1.
Easy, easy. Some people enjoy their minute of fame more than others.
Yes, they do.
I think he was getting into it.
Scherholz a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Not much of a steal threat with Castillo, the catcher at first base. And Hector Sanchez trying to change sightlines and throw the high fastball above the letters. Fish were not biting.
And a breaking ball high, 2-2.
Yep, he's got the spirit. Memorial Day 2014.
Spinning it at the yard. Out of play.
Gamer Babes making a play. No gloves either. Full on commandos.
Two and two. Blocked by Sanchez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now on the move will be Castillo.
Photo op. This guy's milking the photo op, I got to tell you. It's like 14 pictures now.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes. And Scherholtz gets Sanchez this time on the shoulder.
He takes a beat. Watch the left shoulder. Right on the tip. I feel you. There's no glamour at all in that position.
Runner goes, and that's foul.
That's an impressive foul. Folks in the Cove don't get after the foul balls quite as quickly as they do the home runs. Here we go.
Yep.
Game on.
You're making a decent effort. 3 and 2. Castillo will be on the move again. Driven in front of Morris for a base hit. Remember, Scherholtz's numbers against lefties were better than righties.
Well, that's going to bring out Dave Righetti. No surprise. I mean, Nate Scherholtz has always been a middle away guy. A lot of what you see from lefties is going to break to the outer half of the plate, which feeds his strength. Dave Righetti going to calm things down a little bit here. Give a little 3-pitch wisdom. Give him a plan. So what do you think? You like the camouflage Memorial Day unis?
Absolutely.
Just a nice way to say thank you to our troops. He's got the spirit. Will Clark said, "I will hunt with this hat for the next 10 years." We saw Will here today with his family.
Here's Darwin Barney. And Barney wraps one to left. Morris has got it. His throw is going to be late. That's 4 hits off a Huff here in the 6th. And the Cubs had 4 hits in the 5th. Remember, with Petit starting and Matt Cain not on the disabled list, there isn't a whole lot Bruce Bochy can do but leave Huff out there. The long man started today.
It's tough. It's a roll of dice.
And Contos is getting up.
Go back to the 5th inning and Jeff Samardzija up, and this was the one swing of the bat that really turned things around. It tied the score, and then he would later score to be the go-ahead run on a triple from Bonifacio.
Huff or make that Pence never saw it, but Pagan does, and that'll end the inning. So 2 more runs for the Cubs. It's now 6-3.
Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Cubs have opened up a 3-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And it'll be Pence, Posey, and Sandoval. And the trainers are keeping an eye on Hector Sanchez.
It's been a tough week for him. He has been getting dinged, and dings comes in bunches if you're a catcher.
Here's Pence. Pence is going to take inside.
Giants with some work to do.
Pence has bounced out twice. 2-0.
Talking about Samardzija, it was the guy who had the least run production for the longest time. 2 runs a game. That's the kind of support they give him. Well, today they have turned things around. They've given him 6. And he was the one guy who had a whole lot to do with it. Perhaps the biggest hit in the game. This is the part of the lineup where the Giants have to answer right here.
Pence pops this one out of play. You know, the idea would be to get a couple of guys on for Pablo Sandoval, who is owned Samardzija today. And Pence taps this one to Castro, and Pence is retired. Buster Posey lined a single into right field in the 4th. Here he takes a belt-high strike, and it's 0-1.
Nice at bat in his last at bat as he struggles to come out of the slump.
Sandoval and then Morris. We're in the 6th. Two balls and 1 strike.
And one thing about a track record, if you play this game for a number of years and you put up certain numbers every year, you know sooner or later Posey's going to get back on track and he's going to get his numbers.
Sharply on the ground to Castro, who knocks it down, recovers, throws in time, 2 outs.
But if you went to Buster Posey and told him that, be patient, you're going to get your numbers. I mean, that's not something he wants to hear right now.
Sandoval is singled off the wall in the 1st inning and then hit a 2-run home run in the 4th. And he drives this one foul down the left field line. This was the home run, pitched down and in. Watch him.
Good hard breaking ball. And he just golfed it out. And I don't think that he really had extension with his arms. That may have been a bent arm swing. Impressive at bat. That's just the 3rd home run that Samardzija has given up this year.
Samardzija now out in front.
And Samardzija, like any other pitcher, a guy hits a home run off it, you want to strike him out the next at bat.
Center field, but it's right at Lake, and that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th. 6-3 Cubs. Summary, and it's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Things are looking okay for the Giants. They had the lead against Samardzija, but the Cubs have come back. He's picked up 8 strikeouts, no walks, and 88 pitches. Petit gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Schultz has had a good day, and so has Sandoval.
Are proud to observe the National Moment of Remembrance, a nationwide act of unity to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to the United States. Please join us now in observing this brief moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. And now please direct your attention to the video board for this special presentation.
On this day, for one brief moment, hear the silence in the air. Think of those once there beside us, now no longer there. Make us humble, make us knowing and accepting what is done on this day for all of heaven. Make this day
Thank you, everyone, and happy Memorial Day.
So, back to baseball. Is everyone here and around the country on Memorial Day, a day to remember our fallen heroes, and baseball doing a great job of doing that. David Huff, who gave up 2 runs in the 6th inning, back out on the mound. And it'll be Bonifacio to lead things off.
As one of our nation's finest, enjoying a baseball game on Memorial Day. And the only thing missing today are a couple more runs for the Giants.
Bonifacio, a couple of hits. He tripled in a run in the 5th as he pulls the bat back trying to bunt. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Switch hitter Bonifacio takes a strike, and that evens the count.
And he will bunt both ways. He'll drag bunt, push bunt.
Shoots this one the other way, foul. It's 1-2.
This is one guy you really have to bear down on if he's leading off an inning, because he can absolutely disrupt your concentration when he's on first base.
And he stays alive. Junior Lake and then Anthony Rizzo. Huff looking for a quiet inning after the 6th. And now Bonifacio will ask for time. Got him.
Good sinker for the payoff pitch. Hey, Monday, June 9th is Polynesian Heritage Night presented by AT&T. Your special event package includes access to the Polynesian Heritage Night pregame party, a Giants Kukui necklace, and a game ticket to see the Giants take on the Washington Nationals. To enjoy the pregame party and to receive the Kukui necklace, you need to purchase the special event ticket. Call 415-972-2298 or go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Lake. Lake is 0 for 3. And he lifts this one out to Morris. Morris is coming in, but it's going to fall. So Lake found the right spot. That's 11 hits now for the Cubs, and that'll bring up Rizzo.
Rizzo really had a nice at bat with 2 strikes against Huff. Started things awry in the 6th inning. It's an 0-2 base hit. And worried it wasn't a bad pitch either.
Lake with 5 steals. And Huff will check on him. And they got him picked off, and Huff throws it down the right field line. Lake is going to round the bag, and he will head to third.
That's unbelievable. Huff had him picked clean and just throws it over the head of Buster Posey. And once it got down the side there, an easy take at third base for Lake, who's got good speed. And it changes everything, because now you got to bring in the defense, and it's an automatic strikeout situation for Huff. And that's a big run out there.
Here's Rizzo. And he takes low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So the infield is indeed in. Rizzo was the first hitter that Huff faced in the 6th. In tight 2-0, and he picked up a hit as he hit one right through the overshift.
There you see the infield coming in. You have to respect his power, which is they're not getting right on the cut of the grass of the infield.
Hit into the gap. So Lake will score easily, and Rizzo will jog into second base with a double. And it's now 7-3.
Real high leg kick and got a good pitch up. I mean, he's looking for something up to get in the air deep anyway. And this really pretty nice opposite field approach there by Rizzo, which the Cubs think that is really where he can improve his average, is on the left side of the field. Nice at bat.
Here's Castro. Castro is 0 for 3. And he takes down low. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Valbuena is on deck. And that's 3-0.
He's nibbling right now. As it happens, you start to have an outing go against you, and you start to get real timid to the strike zone early in the count. You find yourself behind 1-0 instead on top of hitter 0-1. And you just keep trying to shave the corners of the strike zone.
So Crawford will have this one kicked in and out of his glove.
Not sure how they'll rule this.
Contos again headed down to the bullpen.
It was going to be a tough play if he could have come up cleanly to the low backhander. And they're going to give him an error. That's a tough error.
Second error of the inning. Sometimes you get those errors. It's a product of how good your range is. Here's our Geico quote from Michael Morris on the fan ovation he received in the 5th inning. And that was yesterday. Moments like that make you feel so humble and happy that you're here. Every day feels like it's the playoffs here, and it's awesome.
Well, Michael Morris has found a good home. And this is yesterday, and he just couldn't believe the applause and the ovation and the love. And he said it really was overwhelming.
Here's Valbuena, and that's lifted out of play. Valbuena is 1 for 3.
And those really are the moments you remember as a player. It's the times you walk off a mound and get applause, standing ovation for a job well done. It's the applause after a great play. In this particular instance, a third double for Michael Morris.
Hit on the ground. Hicks under his glove. Hunter Pence will get to it. And coming in to score is Rizzo. And it's now 8-3.
And the wheels are coming off.
Yeah, a little sloppy right now.
thinking maybe they have a chance to get one, maybe two, and then all of a sudden maybe nothing. Now, situation right there, he's trying to turn two, which is why he didn't slide to block the ball.
So, Contos is coming in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change in Auto Service, your oil change tune-up in brake experts.
Presented by Comcast Business Class. And today on Sports Talk Live, you're going to see Sean Estes, CSN Bay Area Giants analyst, Brian McBride, and Andrew Baggerly, our insider. All that and more today after Post Game Live, Yahoo Sports Talk Live.
Hey, if we have to work on Memorial Day, so does Andy.
Andy works every day. George Contos in for the third time now, and he's got a nice clean slate. 4 hits allowed, no walks, 4 strikeouts in 4 innings of work.
Threw 24 pitches yesterday in 2 innings.
George is strong like bull. Good hard fastball, slider, changeup.
On the ground, Crawford to Hicks. And that'll end the inning. So the Cubs score twice. And it's 8-3 Chicago. We're going to stay here for God Bless America, and performing it will be U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Megan May.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Today, USAA would like to pay special recognition to all of our service members at home and abroad. All right, thanks, Ahmed. Here it's an 8-3 lead for the Cubs as Samardzija throws to Morris, and it's a called strike. Morris, Sanchez, Crawford. Giants have 9 more outs to see if they can make a run at the Cubs. And this is driven to right. Scherholtz back, starting to carry, and it's off the bricks. Morris is going to have a triple. And down the stretch he goes, and that's where he'll end up.
Well, he's exciting. And he's got opposite field power. And in this ballpark, there's never been anybody that's been doing what he's doing to right field from the right side. And nobody plays this right field quite like Nate Scherholtz. And even Nate couldn't do much about this one. And here as it hits the wall, he realizes, hey, I'm going to have extra bags. And this is it. This is all he's got right here.
Here's Sanchez, and Sanchez pops it up. It'll be Barney or Scherholtz, and it'll be Darwin Barney who puts it away. 1 out. And that'll bring up Crawford.
That is a long jog back to the dugout for Hector Sanchez.
Samardzija has struck out Crawford twice. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1.
Oh, backdoor cutter. I mean, you couldn't run up there and put it in a better place than that. That was perfect.
Ooh, almost to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Cubs with a 5-run lead are playing their middle infielders way deep. Just trying to stay out of the big inning. They'll give up a run to get it out. You see Castro, Barney way deep.
Two and one.
I like that changeup. I mean, that's a pitch that he did not have when he first got to the big leagues. He was kind of a sinker slider guy, a 2-pitch look. And he's learned both types of fastball, and he's learned a cut to go with that slider. He's learned a curveball, a changeup. It's a split that he uses, but it's the same thing as a changeup. Good pitch.
Crawford, and he's got a base hit. So that knocks in Morris, and it's 8-4. And here's Hicks.
Samardzija had 95 pitches into his outing, and that last pitch was up. And for sinker ballers, I mean, that's how they let you know when they're starting to fatigue. Cubs with some activity in their bullpen now because of it.
So Hicks steps in. And he takes a strike. He hit a ball in the hole that Castro made a nice play on and threw him out. Waves at this one, 0-2. Gregor Blanco's on deck. You see a lefty and a righty.
Justin Grimm, the right-hander. Wesley Wright was the lefty next to him.
Just outside, 1-2.
Pretty good 0-2 pitch right there. You get a lot of guys to swing at that one. You get a lot of umpires to call that one. Did not miss by much. And if you throw it in the exact same spot, it might get called. If I'm Hicks, I cover it.
Hicks breaks his bat, but he'll get to see another pitch.
Well, it is a great day for a hat.
Well, it depends upon what hat you're going to wear.
Either the Sun hat or the Panda hat. Or the Cubs hat. Good hat day.
1-2. Foul back.
Yeah, those guys have a lot to talk about.
Pretty quiet. Crawford scrambles back.
A 100 pitches, 30 balls, 70 strikes. A lot of even numbers up there for Samardzija.
Got him. And that's a season high in strikeouts for Samardzija with 9. So here's Blanco.
See the pitch count. Really had an easy 5th inning, just 6 pitches after a long 4th inning. The beauty of being a sinker baller.
Blanco takes a strike. Blanco 183 is working that average up to that 200 mark. Here he fouls it out of play. He had a nice cut. It's nothing in 2.
Setting up inside. See Samardzija do that a couple times today. Have been on base, and he'll come set and he'll just hold. And Blanco doing the one thing you have to do. You've got to control the rhythm of the at bat if you're a hitter. Don't let a guy freeze you.
Got him. Blanco knew it. 10 strikeouts for Samardzija. We will head to the 8th. 8-4 Chicago.
Francisco.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, if people want to get on our broadcast, they need to tweet a photo. And what do they put on their tweet?
Hashtag CSNBA fan photo.
And what else do they need to include?
Their name and their hometown.
That's some good reporting, Zach. Good job. Dwayne and Mike.
All right. 8-4 Chicago. Here's Nate Scherholtz. Javier Lopez on the ground to Buster Posey. And Posey's flipped to Lopez a little bit behind him, but Scherholtz retired. That kid look familiar?
Well, yes, he does.
That's a Gutierrez.
That is Zach Gutierrez. Amy G's oldest. He has 2. She has 2. He has a little sister. So nice going, Zach. You did good. You've got potential.
Yeah, that was the game face. That was the Paul game face. Here's Darwin Barney. A swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. Barney, 2 RBIs in this game, a sacrifice fly in the 5th and a single off of Huff, a 2-out hit in the 6th. Tried to backdoor him. 2 balls and a strike. Memorial Day here at the Yard in front of a packed house. Two and 2. Bruce Bochy acknowledging that Lopez, a little bit of a cranky arm. Thus he hasn't pitched a whole lot.
Well, the one thing about Lopez, I mean, he can still go in most appearances because most of his appearances are low pitch total appearances.
It's hit up the middle. Hicks to his right. And he'll throw out Barney.
When you're a left-handed specialist, and a lot of times your outings are just 1 hitter, so you can actually survive with a bit of a owie in your elbow. But they've been trying to give him some rest. It's something that's not really serious enough to put him on a DL, but it's something you have to pay attention to.
Here's Samardzija, and he chops this one to Sandoval. And Sandoval will throw to Posey, and that'll end the inning. Lopez a nice inning. And it'll be Angel Pagan to lead things off. Memorial Day, some of the festivities before the game. And a great national anthem. Bruce Bochy caught the first pitch, and you wonder maybe why Bruce Bochy, because he's from a military family.
That was a pretty emotional first pitch, I got to tell you. It was a good one.
Here's Pagan, and Pagan's going to take high and wide. Pagan 0 for 3. He did hit a ball out to Triple's alley that someplace else would have been a base hit, but not here as Samardzija goes to 2-0.
Base hit or a home run. Justin Grimm back up now for the Cubs. Will take him long. He's already had one hump.
(3-0). Giants will not go quietly. We've seen that this year. Looking for strikes. Mark Wegner, it's 3-1.
You're right about not going quietly. I mean, they've come back from 4 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs. The only thing working against them now is they've got 6 outs left.
Line to left, and that'll be a base hit. So Pagan opens up the 8th with a base hit, and that's going to be it for Samardzija. He pitched well today with no walks and 10 strikeouts.
Well, Rich Renteria is not going to let him get back in his stretch. 109 pitches into his outing. Remember, there's a lot of stake here.
But it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Tuesday, and the Giants pregame live. Yahoo Sports Talk live from the Plaza will start at 6:30. Or pregame live is at 5. Pregame live is at 6:30. Then again will be at 7, and you can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Good pitcher now for Chicago is the right-hander Justin Grimm, 6'3", 210-pounder in his second year at the big league level. 24th time he's come in, 1-2 with a 3.15 ERA. Quality stuff. He will get a wild hair up his nose. He's got good stuff. It'll go low to mid-90s with 2 types of fastballs. He'll give you a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Here's Pence. Pence takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
And there is a little added pressure on this game for the bullpen. Jeff Samardzija has got 16 starts in a row where he has not had a win. They have not been able to score for him. The Cubs are 2-14 in those outings. Samardzija trying to break that today. In that 16-game stretch, Samardzija had a 2.99 ERA, and he was 0-6, and he's had 10 no decisions. And in this stretch, he allowed 0 runs in 4 starts, 1 earned or less in 7 starts, and 2 earned or less in 10 of those starts. So a remarkable stretch of lack of support. And it even gets better than that.
One and one to Pence.
In Samardzija's last outing at home against the Yankees, he left the game through 7 solid shutout innings and was leading 2-0 into the 9th inning when the Yankees tied the score, and they would go on to win an extra inning. So if you're a member of the Chicago Cubs bullpen right now, you know what the deal is, and the pressure is on you big time right here.
One and two.
For the Cubs, they came into this game 12 games below the 500 level. This is their playoff game, trying to end this losing streak for Samardzija. Straightaway defense.
And Pence out swinging. One out, and here's Buster Posey. Buster Posey 1 for 3 today. Pagan goes, and he's going to make it.
Now Darney is starting to throw the ball around. He thought that they had him. Chris Segal, the second base umpire, making the call. Now let's take a look. On his belly.
No.
Going to get a good look right here. A pretty accurate throw. I don't know if that's conclusive.
This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
See some close plays today. Maybe this is the one that tells the story. I don't think you could overturn that one. I just don't think it's obvious enough.
Doesn't look like there's enough there.
Yeah, I mean, that's awfully close. One more look. I don't know. I think it's too close to call. And it's taken some time, so they are looking at all the reviews, and they had 5 looks at it, and nothing really jumped off the page.
Well, for the Giants, they just really doesn't matter where Pagan is. They just need base runners.
Well, if they rule this out, I mean, you talk about a punch to the stomach, and they could rule it out. It could go either way.
So it's going to stay.
Well, I definitely think it was worth a challenge. So the Giants have life.
That's the 10th steal for Pagan. So Buster Posey will step in with Pagan in scoring position and Sandoval on deck. In the dirt, 1-0.
It's a big moment in this game for the Giants right here.
Posey skies this one into shallow center field, and Barney is going to make a pretty good catch on a play that probably should have been made by Bonifacio.
Well, Barney's going back, and he's hoping he hears something, and he never does. So it's because his play, and as my partner likes to say, the pop-up dance just took on another couple of new steps. But that's a great play, and there was nothing easy about that. Looking right into the sun, dealing with the wind, and a heads-up play for Pagan, who tags up and takes another 90. So
here's Sandoval. Sandoval is 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. And he takes low and away, 1-0.
Yep. He's got his uni on, got his girl in his lap. It's at a ball game. Life is good.
And tight to Sandoval, 2-0. Pagan at third. 3-0. So Sandoval's home run in the 4th inning.
Two-strike swing of the bat, and impressive because as it was home run number 7 for Sandoval, it was just the 3rd home run this year that Samardzija has given up. 69 innings.
Looking for strikes.
Well, you will get high strikes with Wegner. I mean, this is nothing new. It's across the plate. You're going to get a pretty high variance between low and high with his strike zone.
Sandoval out of play, 3-2.
Hey, look who got it. Yep, take a bow. Nice job.
3-2 to Pablo Sandoval. Pagan at third. Popped up again. Valbuena will watch this one drift into the seats.
Nice play down there. Guy brought his glove. Out of bed, has his rally cap on. He was ready. Gamer. Oh yeah, it is that time.
3-2. All back.
95. That's just country hardball right there. Nothing real analytical about that particular pitch for Grimm. He just reaching back and trying to blow his best fastball right at Sandoval. And Sandoval is on everything.
Sandoval back in the box. And he got it, and that'll end the inning. Sandoval beefing at Wegner. It's 8-4 Chicago.
But for that, we go to Jeff Samardzija, the Cubs starting pitcher. And all he did was go 7 innings, give up 3 earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts. And he also did it with the bat. Samardzija had the big swing of the bat with the Cubs down. He knocked one over Hunter Prince's head. That tied the score. And he would lead or score in that inning to give the Cubs a go-ahead lead, and they have not given it back. And Samardzija is our Honda player of the game.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Juan Gutierrez, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 21st time he's come into a game. 1-1 with a 3.80 ERA. Mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. Go get him.
Here's Bonifacio to lead things off. This is the 9th. Sandoval playing in at third, and the first pitch is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Junior Lake on deck, and then Anthony Rizzo. 2-0. Remember, tomorrow's a night game, and it'll be Tim Hudson. Wednesday day game, Tim Lincecum. The 2-0 pitch is a ball, 3-0. So Gutierrez needs to get into the strike zone.
Normally you just get in there one time and it settles you down. Sometimes that first one can be hard to find. That was not close.
That was a 4-pitch walk. Here's Lake. Lake singled in the 7th. He's 1 for 4. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
That'll settle him down. You saw Neil Ramirez, the right-hander, the Cubs bullpen getting heated up. He'll pitch the 9th inning for Chicago.
Oh, and 1 to Lake. And that's hit out into center field for Pagan. And Pagan will put it away. One out for Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo struck out his first 2 times up. And then he's got base hits the last 2 times up.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, he's had some good 2-strike at bats today.
So it's 0-1 to Rizzo.
The one thing he has done, though, and he's lost his lower body a lot on off-speed stuff. And if you're going to be a slugger in this league, that's something you have to work on. You can't be losing your legs in swings.
Low and end. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Rizzo, a tall hitter, 6'3", 240-pounder. As you see, the Phillies scored 2-0 over the Rockies.
Hicks to Posey. Nice play.
That's a testimony to perseverance right there. I mean, once it got past Buster Posey, I think Posey was surprised to see anybody behind him. Knocked down, jumps over to it with a bare hand, flips a nice strike over to Posey, who gets back to the bag. And this is a great play. It helps that Rizzo has average speed or a little bit below, but nevertheless, that should not take the shine off that effort. Good play.
Here's Starlin Castro. One ball and no strikes. Castro reached on an error in the 7th inning, a ball that Crawford had to come in and go in the hole, and on the backhand couldn't hang on to it. Tough error. Giants trying to keep it at a 4-run deficit going to the 9th. One and 0. And that gets away from Sanchez.
There's a 100% pass ball right there. And I don't think he was crossed up. I think he just boxed it.
See if the movement got him. Maybe a little bit.
So a free 90 feet.
2-0. Look out, 3-0. Yeah, parts of this game have not been pretty, but they're not always going to be pretty.
Well, you're right. They're not always going to be pretty. And if you're going to have some sloppy play, get it all out of your system in one game. And that's kind of what's happened here today.
So this will be a 3-0 pitch coming up. And Gutierrez with another walk. And that'll bring up Valbuena.
You know, when a guy's wild and he is slow to deliver the ball, and Gutierrez is the slowest worker of the Giants staff, and it's not even close. But when a guy who's slow is wild, it just seems like it's agonizing, especially for the catcher.
So now you got runners at the corners with 2 outs. And a breaking ball is high and tight, and it's 1-0.
No, they're trying to throw a breaking ball, anything to get in the strike zone. Right now, Gutierrez just cannot make a quality pitch that gets in that strike zone.
One and 0. Valbuena waiting for something to hit. 2-0.
Curveball. And he's not getting squeezed by Mark Wegner. I mean, they're not there. Mark Wegner has had a tight strike zone today, but it's been a good one. It's been very consistent. Set up in the outside corner. This thing goes. Of course, he wants it. I mean, you're having problems throwing strikes. You want everything.
Down the right field line, hit well and foul. Right into the Virgin American box. Yeah, you never know. You got to pay attention.
Yep, it will find you. All right, let's take a look and see what happened. Ooh, a hitter on the arm. Ouch.
Oh.
Double thud. She dropped a little bit, but if you're going to spill some, that's okay.
Everybody's okay.
2 bruises on 1 ball.
Hit on the ground to Hicks. Hicks to Posey, and that'll end the inning. So the excitement in this inning came from the Virgin American box. Way to go, girls. 8-4 Cubs. A little bit, and Mike and I will both be on the Murph and Mac morning show tomorrow morning on KMBR 680. I'm on at 7:35ish. Here would be what,
8:35.
8-4 lead for the Cubs.
The pitcher now for Chicago will be Neil Ramirez, the hard-throwing rookie, 6'4", 190-pounder. And this is what he's done so far in 12 games. He's had a nice start, 18 strikeouts in 10 2/3, just 9 base runners in 10 2/3. And how's he get it done? He's got a loaded mid-90s fastball with a good hard curveball and a good hard slider. Yep, rally cap time.
And they're going to need it.
Yep, they have not lost their enthusiasm, nor will they ever.
So here's Morris. Well, the goal now is to get the tie and run to the plate.
Yep, get the tie and run to the plate, get the closer in the game.
Morris tripled in the 7th. Here he fouls it out of play. Guys that are 6'5" usually don't have to take the first pitch.
That's exactly right. I was surprised at that myself.
Oh, and 2.
Heads up, whistling back here. The Cubs have their closer, Hector Rondon. He's getting stretched out in the Cubs bullpen. This really is a playoff game for the Cubs as they try to end the 16-game streak without a win for Jeff Samardzija.
Hector Sanchez on deck. Way outside, 2-2.
Last time Samardzija had a win was last August. And that's a long time.
A long time.
Especially when you consider how well he's pitched, and they haven't been able to back him up with the bats. Today they have. They've given him 8 runs.
Three and 2. Morris tripled off the bricks in the 7th.
Kind of hit a pretty good pitch too. Backspin to fastball off the bricks. And as soon as it carried away from Nate Sherholtz, it was an easy 3-bagger. Stand-up style, 5th triple in Michael Morris's career. Things the Cubs want to do with a 4-run lead is start walking people.
Especially after you jumped out in front 0-2. Here's Sanchez.
Oh, yeah. Rally cap time.
So Castillo goes out. Castro came in to have a word with Ramirez. Hector Sanchez doesn't have a hit today. He's 0 for 3. That her lady that got dinged?
It is. Has not slowed her down. Gave her bid.
Morris at first. 1-0.
Well, Giants get another runner on. They're going to see Hector Rondon.
And the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball. Rizzo knocks it down. He will go to the bag. And right now all the Cubs need are outs. They don't really much care where the lead runner goes. Nice play by Rizzo. So here's Crawford. So Crawford, who knocked in a run with a base hit in the 7th. Takes a strike. Hicks on deck.
Neil Ramirez is not in any hurry either.
He is not. And that's wide. It's a ball and a strike. So right now Crawford has to try to figure out a way to get on. 1-2. Ramirez at the belt. He doesn't look to second. And Crawford just got enough to get it over the glove of Castillo. And he stays alive. It's 1-2. One and two to Brandon Crawford. And Crawford pops it up. This may be playable. It is not. It's about 4 rows back. And another meeting.
Why not? They're free. You're saying throw, strikes. Have a 4-run lead. Okay. I think they may have changed the signs with Michael Morris on second.
Rizzo shovels it to Ramirez. Morris to third, 2 outs. And here's Hicks. Hicks 0 for 3. Had a hit taken away from him in the 5th inning when Castro made a nice play. Down low, 1-0. If Hicks And we know he does. Likes the fastball. It's likely he's going to see one from Ramirez. One ball and no strikes. Two and 0.
Die hard. Rusty Baker used to say that. Getting this last out situation. Go up there and fight. See where it goes. Why not?
Swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ramirez just straight challenge here. Nothing too tricky.
Two and 2.
Another 94-mile-an-hour fastball challenge. Jeff Samardzija 1 strike away from ending his streak. 16 games without a win.
And that's the ball game. So Ramirez strikes out Hicks, and game 1 of the series goes to the Cubs. And this was a start for Jeff Samardzija, and it was a good one.
Well, he was impressive. I mean, what we saw from him were a lot of quality fastballs with lots of movement, and he mixed it up with a good changeup. He has a cutter, a slider. I mean, everything he had was what you would think an ace would have. And you know, it's one of those freakish things about the game. He's gone 16 starts without a win with that type of stuff. Hard to explain, but today he ended it, got the win column, and the Cubs draw first blood.
Yep. Giants at 1 point led after the Sandoval home run. So the final game here at AT&T Park, the final score, the Cubs 8 and the Giants 4. Esurance Giants post-game live with interviews, and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.